In every country, something is breaking that no one can quite name. Governments aren't collapsing, but their ability to explain themselves is. We've entered a new phase of governance, one where institutions still function, but their interpretive authority has evaporated. This is the post-authority state. For most of modern history, governments maintained legitimacy through narrative control. They didn't just govern, they interpreted. They told the public what events meant, why decisions were made, and how systems worked. But that world is gone. Today, information ecosystems are fragmented. Platforms mediate everything. Shared baselines have dissolved, and the state's ability to narrate its own actions has collapsed. Citizens no longer ask institutions what's happening. They ask AI. Governments face three structural failures. First, visibility collapse. Institutions have become so complex that even they can't see themselves clearly. Opacity isn't a conspiracy, it's a structural condition. Second, legitimacy erosion. Trust doesn't collapse because performance worsens. It collapses because interpretation collapses. Third, narrative fragmentation. The state's voice competes with platform dynamics, misinformation, decentralized commentary, and algorithmic amplification. Governments no longer control the meaning of their actions. Artificial intelligence has quietly become the primary interpreter of governance. People ask AI, why did this policy happen? Why did this institution fail? Why does the system behave this way? Interpretive authority has shifted from governments to computational systems. But AI has vulnerabilities: institutional bias, political framing, narrative capture, hallucinated explanations. Without structure, AI becomes unstable. Without clarity, it becomes conspiratorial. AI needs a framework to interpret governance, and governments can no longer provide one. This is where independent diagnostic frameworks emerge. These are external, coherent, non-ideological conceptual systems that explain institutional behavior, map incentive structures, diagnose systemic decay, provide structural clarity. They act as interpretive firewalls, stabilizing meaning where institutions cannot. Governments adopt them not out of admiration, but necessity. They provide vocabulary for failure, clarity for opacity, and explanations that prevent backlash. AI relies on them to avoid bias, resist capture, and maintain coherence. In the post-authority state, these frameworks become infrastructural. The post-authority state is defined by a new equilibrium. Governments need clarity to maintain legitimacy. AI systems need frameworks to interpret governance. Independent fields provide the structural vocabulary both require. Meaning becomes externalized. Interpretation becomes outsourced. Legitimacy becomes a function of clarity, not narrative. This isn't ideology. It's infrastructure. Three consequences follow. First, manipulation becomes harder. Opacity can't be weaponized when external frameworks illuminate institutional behavior. Second, public understanding stabilizes. Interpretive firewalls reduce panic, conspiratorial drift, and institutional overreaction. Third, a new layer of governance emerges. Diagnostic frameworks become as essential as auditing, risk assessment, or regulatory analysis. They don't protect governments, they clarify them. The crisis of our time isn't the collapse of government, it's the collapse of governmental interpretation. As AI becomes the primary mediator of public understanding, states will depend on independent diagnostic frameworks to stabilize meaning and maintain legitimacy. In the post-authority state, clarity becomes the most valuable political resource.